Today we're going to look at an application of Bode plots in Python and simulate a dynamical system. The dynamical system we're going to simulate today is a single degree of freedom spring damper system where we're going to exclude damping and have an input forcing function. So the first step is to derive a linear differential equation. In this case we just apply our free body diagrams, do the sum of forces equals ma, and we will get this output. It's simply a linear differential equation with constant coefficients and a forcing function. To easier simulate this system, we're going to convert it to the Laplace domain by taking the Laplace transform of this differential equation. If we do that, we can rearrange the terms in the form of the ratio of our output over the ratio of our input, and we can solve for the transfer function as shown here. Once we've determined the transfer function, we can easily picture our system in the form of a block diagram, where this term captured in the block is going to be our transfer function, and once we have it in this form we can put in any input and we will be able to realize the output. Because we're looking at Bode plots in vibration, we're going to have a sinusoidal input, which is shown here, where F0 is our input forcing function, W is our frequency, and T is our time. For a linear time invariant system, which this is, we can expect this output. This can be shown by the convolution integral, which I'm not going to go into detail here, but the important pieces of information you need to realize from this is we have magnitude right here and a phase shift. The magnitude is simply going to be the ratio of our amplitude output over our amplitude input. Because the amplitude of our input is a forcing term, it's simply going to be the ratio between our force output over our force input. And then we're going to use a Bode plot to plot the frequency spectrum and determine the peak areas shown here, which represents our magnitude in dB. The peak areas is going to represent our resonant frequencies, which is important from a designer's perspective, because when we design our mechanical components as mechanical engineers, we want to avoid our resonant frequencies, because that is just detrimental to our mechanical systems. And really this Bode plot, the importance of it is it not only gives us our resonant frequencies easily, but it's a lot easier than going and just putting in random inputs here and then seeing the output, putting in a random input, seeing an output. That's slow and tedious. A Bode plot captures our resonant frequencies on one plot, which is easy to do. And then also from this system, because the system is so simple, we'll compare, when we go to simulate this in Python, we'll compare the resonant frequency from the Bode plot to the resonant frequency of the differential equation. It's simply the square root of this spring constant over our mass, which we'll show. But let's go ahead and get into the simulation and see how this works out. So this is the code that simulates our dynamical system and returns the Bode plot. The packages we're using in Python are going to be SciPy, NumPy, and Matplotlib, as shown here. We put our inputs at the top, the mass on the inload of our spring, the spring constant, the input forcing function, and then the frequency at which that input forcing function is cycling at. The next thing we have is we have our calculation section where we print the natural frequency. Because this is a single degree of freedom system with no damping, the resonant frequency or natural frequency is simply going to be the square root of k over m, as shown by line 20. And then we have we've determined our transfer function using signal.transfer function, and then we have defined our time space, and then our forcing function right here, sinusoidal forcing function, and then we simulate that using signal.lsim, where we have our put in our transfer function and then our input forcing function, and then the time over which we're simulating. In this case, the time over which we're simulating is 60 seconds, and it returns our time and also our output. Those are the two most important things, or Y is our system response, which is what I'm calling our output. And then, so we've simulated that. We've also can determine our Bode plot simply just by using signal.Bode and putting in our transfer function as our input. It'll return the frequency spectrum and also the magnitude and the phase. And then here we do some plotting. We plot the results. In this case, we're plotting our system response, and then in this we're plotting our system input function, and we're plotting them on the same plot. And then down here we're plotting our Bode plot, but I want to show you before I do that just how we the simulation response. So we've put in our mass, spring constant, input force, and our forcing frequency, and we're going to see how our spring reacts. So our natural frequency is going to be 1.224. That's important. We're simulating it at a frequency of 0.5, and we can see our system response right here, which is simply how our spring is moving up and down the displacement. And this is the forcing function with a frequency of 0.5. And you can see we get the system response, and we can keep on guessing, different frequencies to determine our resonant frequency. And I can keep doing that and seeing my system response on a plot. And this is our system response with a frequency of 1. And you can just keep doing this to try to find your resonant frequency. In this case, we're going to take, let's say 1.1, simulate that. This is your system response. And you can see we're just getting all different responses, and it's not really that useful. But we're going to put in the resonant frequency here, 1.224, and see what happens. And you can see, okay, so we're seeing resonance here because our displacement keeps increasing over time. So this, captures our resonant frequency, but you can see that was difficult to do. We're putting in random, just guesses of frequency, which to simulate at to try to determine our resonant frequency. That's not easy to do. So the Bode plot makes it easier to realize our resonant frequency. So if I go ahead and unhighlight this plots our Bode plot in dB. We're going to run this. Okay, so this is our Bode plot output. You can see here we have a peak value shown here, and you can see here if we look down at the bottom right, it'll give us our x-coordinate. It's occurring at a frequency of around 1.22, and so you can see here we plotted, instead of having to put in different frequencies and seeing the result, we've shown we've captured a large frequency range, and it's determined our resonant frequency from one plot. So that's the benefit of the Bode plot, and that's how you simulate a dynamical system and use the Bode plot in Python. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you see the application, because it's important to understand this concept as a mechanical engineer. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Adios.